Whispers in my head, what you gonna do? So take it, 기도해. 난 지켜내려 해.
And yeah, after several days of work modeling, rigging, animating, acting, editing, composing, and many more things, I can finally share with all of you my contribution to HoyoFair 2024. For those who don't know, HoyoFair is an event where many artists and Genshin Impact fans reunite to create art and celebrate the game's creation. We all can agree that the game looks beautiful. That's why when they contact me to be part of the event, I couldn't say no. We have to follow practically only two rules. One is that the character needs to be always in the center of the screen and in constant movement. This will give a very nice effect when making transitions between all the animations and all the shots. Second, we had to choose between Lumine or Ether for our animations. It was very difficult to choose between these two because I like them both, honestly. I mean, look at them. Ether looks more epic, it will be perfect for a shot with fast and acrobatic movements, but Lumine looks super cute, and I think animating her by dancing while walking will look really nice. So, in the end I choose her. I know that many of you like my dance videos and I love doing them, so I proposed that to the Genshin Impact team and they really liked the idea. The first thing was to rig Lumine. This took me more or less 2 days of work. The idea was that it would be very easy to animate her, but allowing me to manipulate the entire body and clothes. The facial rig was super important because she had to look very good on the screen. In the video I'm also going to use one of the pets that we can acquire in the game, so I had to make the rig for him as well. Once I had the rig ready, we arrived at the longest and most complicated part of the entire process, which is the animation. The idea was to do a dance but with Lumine constantly moving forward, which made it a little bit more complicated because finding references for movements like that is not easy, and I don't help that much. Then I remembered that at some point it was like kind of trend to record yourself dancing on electric treadmills, so I looked for several of those videos and there were many very cool ones. So what I did was to take different steps and make a compilation with them for my animation. In this part I spent a lot more time, like 5 days animating the character, which for many people can be a ridiculous amount of time, and it is, but I think that in the end the result is worth it. In my shorts and also in Instagram and TikTok I'm going to publish all the parts of the process so you can see clearly the difference between them. It was time to put some love on the scenario. Since the beginning of the project, it was very clear for me that the entire animation needed to take place on a train. For those who follow me on Instagram already know that I recently traveled to Japan and I was shocked by all the railway infrastructure they have. The Tokyo Metro is ridiculously large and you can reach practically any corner of the country by train. So I got obsessed with it and had to put it in a video. The problem was that I had not seen any train in the game, and the idea was always that it seems that everything happened within the Genshin Impact universe, so it couldn't be any modern train or one downloaded from the internet. It was time to make one of my own. Obviously, I wasn't going to start building an entire train inside and out because I only needed the inside of the train and only a small part of it. So I looked for some references in the game And after many research, I finally found a very similar vehicle to a train, so I use it as reference to make my own version. Modeling is not one of my strengths, so I only focused on making shapes, colors and materials very similar to those of the game, but giving it a more 3D touch, which was what I wanted for my video, and get away a little from the toon shader that characterizes the game, as it to give a personal touch to my video. And one of the parts that I was most afraid finally arrived. In my video there is a part where Lumine seems to cast a power that changes the scene completely. I wanted the entire look of the video to be completely different, with neon tones and like in the space. I had to do a lot of testing and use different render layers to finally get the result I was looking for. And yeah, after several days of work modeling, rigging, animating, acting, editing, composing, and many more things, I can finally share with all of you my contribution to HoyoFair 2024.
I'm just acting tough, I'm nowhere strong enough. When I see you smile, that's just some torture. Every time I think about you, girl, the pain is absolute.